still editing the video from yesterday where I had a minor assault by an African individual. Well, I guess it's assault. They throwing stuff at you from their car, I guess is assault. But so I was doing a video and I stopped right before this happened, and I picked up right after it happened. And you know, I didn't start screaming the N-word or anything, but I was talking about how this place has been changed by their arrival after COVID. And I think I just used too many words. You know, you got to be careful what words you use here. The algorithm picks up stuff. I wasn't dropping N-bombs or anything, just in my mind. But yeah, so I'm still working on that. I want to, you know, just trying to finesse it a little bit to make sure it's not too much. But yeah, it sucks. I just got to well, usually I'm pretty good. Like my security system goes up way in advance, and God has given me another security system which allows me from 2 blocks out to magically tell who's going to be a problem. Maybe 2-3 blocks. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it, but I can tell from 2 or 3 blocks away who's a potential problem and I need to stay away from. If it's a clear day, 4 blocks. So what you got to do is just give a lot of like wide berth, like right here. I can't go any more to the right, or I would. Now I go, I fucking don't go in the street, but get far enough away. Perfect example right there. Yeah, we never. I mean, never had to do that because you know, we can't go into the military operation. That happened here, but I feel bad for the people that have been here for a while, like having to hear me go over the same fucking shit. So it's like, yeah, we all have these people in our neighborhood now. You know, like you're complaining about it is not gonna, you know what I mean? So, and now I also get a thumbnail. I don't want to be behind. I feel weird walking behind people like that with their ass hanging out and I'm like right behind them. There are some Waikiki beach channels that do that though. They go out of their way to do that, to film women like bending over and shit. It's fucking weird. And they're always silent. Like there's always no talking. You know, it's just some like creep. You know, it's like I have a picture in my mind of what it looks like, but I don't know. These things here, right? This fucking state is so fucking evil. Now we have a homeless problem, obviously. Most major cities do now, and they always go out of their way to kind of make it so that they can't do anything. These right here used to be awesome. It was a shower and the head was at the top, and you just pull a string, right, and all this water comes out everywhere. It was great. This is one of those low flow things that they put in here now, and it's like it doesn't really work. You know, local residents have been complaining about these things where it's like, instead, because it's low flow, it's to save you know, it's to, because of climate change, they have to save the environment. It's that kind of bullshit, that fake, not even real bullshit. And I guess those little things, those little sprockets, like the water just comes out like an old man pissing them. Let me try it. It's even on. Some of these aren't even working. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's good. Oh, maybe this isn't one of the new ones. Oh, this is definitely not one of the new ones. Yeah. All right, this isn't one of the new ones. The new ones are real bad. Like you can't get anything out of them because the environmentalists say, which I mean, you know, they really, what I think it's for is to fucking make it so homeless people can't use it. You know, just like they on benches, a lot of places they nailed dividers in. Of course, like at what, 6 in the morning, I go over to look at it, and this fucking someone comes right up and needs it. You fucking kidding me? Some days like that, it's just, I just want to stay inside. It's a small thing, but it's, you know, annoying. I'm trying to show you guys something. Like, look at it, the next thing you know, there's like a woman standing there like, I need to use this. It's like, fuck you. 6 in the morning, what are you doing here? But, I can't help it. I get fucking triggered by that kind of shit. Because it's, you know, I pointed stuff like that out here a lot. Where, like, I'll be, wherever I am becomes, like, the hot fucking place to be. Like, just, you know, standing in the bush, under a fucking bridge, doesn't matter. But, yeah, so, that's looks like one of the old ones. Well, check this one out here. If someone's not using it. And, yeah, so they installed these, and the local residents were complaining about them because they don't fucking work. And they used to have water fountains to drink out of. Oh, my fucking security system just failed me big time there because I'm not paying attention. I got all my resources on making this video. Well, plus I'm not used to having that many of these kind of guys around. It's you know, it's a new thing. It's a new thing since COVID. But, yeah, so they used to have drinking fountains, too. Oh, this one's an old one, too. Okay. You know what, though? They did used to have a top. They used to have a top of water came out. Yeah, now this is an old one, too. You can tell by looking at it. Look at old. Yeah, this is one of the old ones. Well, I guess the new ones are somewhere else on some other beach, or maybe further down than this one. But yeah, I read this article in the paper about it, and people are pissed, you know, because they're like, it doesn't work. You know, talking about how they're trying to rinse off after going in the ocean, and they can't because they break all the time, and the ones that work like barely give up water because it's low flow, low pressure, you know, low water pressure, so nothing fucking comes out. And yeah, it's to make things harder for homeless people. They like to do that. But you know, it's tough because you can't really put in anything for them specifically because they destroy it. You know, always a couple bad apples that will, you know, wreck the situation for everybody. That's how it is in everything. But with some groups, it's like, don't let fucking 99% of the bad apples spoil the whole bunch, girl. That's more for that other group we have here going on. But yeah, it really has changed. Not just because of them showing up, but just everything. This feeling is different. It used to have, like, living here at first, before COVID, felt like I was just on an extended vacation. Things were just, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It was a different feeling. Now it's like there's a cloud over the place. People are a little meaner, more quick, more rude. With all the violence too, you feel like you gotta have your head on a swivel a little bit more. The Japanese consulate has a travel warning now for this place because it's gotten so bad. And I can't tell you how little crime there was before. See, like, sometimes I'll just go like, I wasn't gonna go this way, but now I am. You know, going out of my way a little bit, but I can't take any chances, especially after yesterday. I just don't. I don't want to even give them 100 feet. Because you just don't know. Bob. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just, it just feels different. I don't know how to explain it. You know? I stay around the beach all the time. You know? A lot of my friends who I used to hang around with are also gone because of the COVID thing. They've just, everyone that didn't have some kind of money, you know, had to leave. Me and Nia, lucky, some of her family's here, who helped carry us through. But if we didn't have them, we would have probably had to leave too. Because they got, the state of Hawaii got the funds, the federal funds for relief, for COVID relief. And they wouldn't give it out. They would just hold on to it. There was 6 months went by. And then after 6 months, people kind of started getting their stuff, but I never got, I'm still owed stuff, you know. My last check never came. And it was when people needed it the most. They were holding on to it. They weren't letting people have the money. It was excuse after excuse. It's all archived in the media. I talked about it the other day. First they said there's not enough people to count it. Then they had too many people to count it. And then they needed a bigger space to count it in. Then they had to move the space for security concerns because they said they were at the convention center, and the people started showing up there. Like, I want my fucking money, you know? So they started putting armed guards out there, and then they used the excuse, well, because of security reasons, we had to leave. But they just played this fucking game. And the longer they held it, the more people had to leave. So they cleared this fucking place out. I mean, a lot of the people I used to know here, under a dozen, I see, you know. And like I was saying recently in another video, I've gotten to know people who I didn't know before, who I used to see and just not know. I've gotten to know those people because they survived the fucking purge, you know, throwing people out of here. Las Vegas now I think has more islanders there than this island does. You know, Pacific Islanders, you know, people that lived here for generations, Samoans, Filipinos, you know, just, they got hit the worst. They got hit the worst. Because they always lived here, you know, so and they're all struggling to survive, you know, because everything's so expensive. So a lot of the white folks that are here tend to have money, because you can't move here and live here without money, unless the government's paying for all your stuff, which is what's going on with this group of people that we are currently having problems with. But it's not a surprise. Everywhere they go, there's, you know, there's problems. There's going to be violence and acrimony. So you know, what are you going to do? Just so Target sure everybody knows they're going in, and they want to shut the place up. As you walk through the mall, there's just signs like you can't go out of sight of a Target sign and see another Target sign. Like when we move past this one, I'm not going to go through the mall because I'm going this way. But when you move past one, another one comes into your line of sight. Because it's on the other side of the mall where the Target is going. And I don't know how that's going to pan out here. I like it because I like going to Target, because I like buying plastic shit, you know, and other things. But I don't know what kind of I think what it might do is it might bring more people into Waikiki who normally wouldn't be in Waikiki. Like, you know, families go shopping there and for groceries. But the fact that it's in Waikiki, I wonder what the prices are going to be. But it's a chain, so I can't see them jacking it up too much. I don't know if they do that. Now, living in Hawaii, everything's more expensive anyway. Like an item you get at Target for $10 could be $12 to $15 here, because everything has to be shipped in by cargo boat. And there's a lot of other stuff going down there on those docks too that I've gotten into here before. And yeah, some crazy shit here. This is a crazy place. But I have to pick my spots about talking about that. I can't be too lippy. I gotta like space out the times I discuss that kind of shit. But yeah, so everything comes in our boat. So we're already paying extra for stuff. But in Waikiki, like for instance, like a pack of cigarettes at the ABC up the street from my house is $19 and change. So it's basically $20. If you go over the bridge, there are places you can get them for $15. You know, in Nia's mom's neighborhood, which used to be a fucking not a bad neighborhood. It's gotten worse. It always leads back to that, right? Well, Nia's mom was like, she was even talking about it, like she didn't understand how it was happening, you know? It's that profound, you know, because shit, man, the easiest spot. And it's like we just didn't have them here before. It was really rare to see one. And now that there's so many of them, so her mom was asking me about it, but she doesn't speak English very well. And Nia would talk to her, yeah, you know, Jimmy said this and that, they brought him in for after COVID, so many people moved out. They had all these open spaces, you know, there was a big plan. It's funny, you know, her mom's funny. But yeah, she was telling her mom something like that. She probably didn't get too into it, but she was telling me what she told her. Yeah, her mom's nice, but like we can't, I can communicate with her kind of, but not all that well. The thing is, the Korean community here, as well as the Japanese, there's so many Koreans and Japanese here that they have whole areas where they just, you know, they have an ecosystem where they do their business, they, you know, banks even, to some extent, you know, so they don't really have to learn English. You know, there's kind of places like that. Well, there's not many places like that on the mainland. Every city, every major city has like their little Italy or their little, their little Chinatown or something. But not like here. There's a larger population. There's a large enough population, I'm sorry, to sustain a situation where you don't have to learn English. Why am I apologizing to you? Well, actually, I probably should. There's a lot, right? Probably a lot I have to apologize you for. But the, yeah, so her parents never learned. Her dad's a little better with the English thing. I can talk to him a little bit better, but, you know, it's not great, you know. This is nice back here. I don't come through here as much as I used to. I used to walk through here every day because I used to go down to Nia's work. She works on the other side of Kalakaua. Now she works at the beach, so I'm down there more. But it's kind of nice over here. One day, I was filming here they had a dance troupe set up, like to do hula dancing and stuff. There's a bunch of people here. I'm like, oh cool, I'm gonna film this, right? But and I'll tell you why this is after I tell you. So the thing starts, there's these guys playing ukuleles and like traditional kind of dress on. They had the song they were doing called Dainty Cheeks. Dainty Cheeks, which is kind of weird sounding anyway, but it's an old traditional kind of song. You know, you can find it online. And he's singing it, and the dancers come out to dance to the song, and there's not one female. They're all very mostly undressed dudes, just something covering the crotch, covered in like shiny fucking some kind of grease or oil or something, dancing around to Dainty Cheeks. And as soon as they came out, and I'm filming, you know, and as soon as they came out, I'm like, nope. I stand up. It just, I didn't yell nope, but you know, it was loud enough. And I got up and just turned around and left. I don't remember what video it is. That's this thing that sucks. It's like, I wish well, I didn't know I'd be doing this many for this long. I wish I had a better way of organizing my stuff in the beginning, because like there's so much shit in there I'd like to go over and look at. But you know, whatever, who gives a fuck? This isn't why I don't like to even talk about that kind of shit. That's not your problem. I just need to be more entertaining. That dude did a real good job parking that truck. Like, he only did it in 2 moves. People here can't drive for shit. And like, usually if they're backing up into something, like they'll fucking do an 8-point turn. Nope, he got it in 2 moves. When I came upon him trying to pull in there, I'm like, oh, here we go. You know, I take up a spot, kind of hidden away. You have to kind of get off anywhere that they can touch you, because they'll fucking run you over. And yeah, two moves. You pull in and pull out, pull in, got it. I used to drive trucks, not quite that big, but Penske trucks when I worked for Diamond Comic Distributors. It wasn't my regular job, but sometimes I'd be short on truck guys. And I'd fucking go, because it was awesome. I got out of the warehouse, which is basically the whole place's warehouse. I used to work in shipping, which wasn't like in the warehouse proper, but we had like a warehouse, then like a kind of shipping area. Who cares? And then some offices. But an interesting thing is I worked for Jeep Holland. Jeep Holland was the guy that gave Iggy Pop his name. He's kind of a well-known figure in old punk rock circles, Jeep is. And Iggy used to work for him in his only job that Iggy ever had. His name was Jimmy back then. His name was Jim, they call him Jimmy. And he had a band called the Iguanas. And he'd all the time when he'd be supposed to be working, all these girls would come by to see him, you know. And Jeep would yell at him and be like, hey, get back to work. And then it just stuck. And that's how he got his name. Jeep, he used to collect like everything that came in. And so it didn't matter what came in. Every week new comics and new stuff would come in. And he would take like, you know, some of that, some of this, one of that, one of those. He would have his own little palette. Now this is years ago. He's already dead, so I guess I can say this stuff. And I used to wonder, like, the fuck is he doing with all this shit? And I'm like, maybe he gives it to a guy to sell at shows for him or something on the side. I don't fucking know. I mean, maybe he was paying for it all. I have no idea. But he would get like a pallet of stuff like every week. Not a big one, maybe like, you know, knee high. Boxes of stuff like statues, figures, whatever the fuck ever. And then like when he died, he had his apartment was floor to ceiling jammed with all this stuff. Jammed with all this stuff. And I had a friend that got in touch with me and they said they needed help moving it, getting it all out. And he said, yeah, you can have some of this if you want to help. But I just didn't want to do it. You know, I didn't want to get involved in that shit. But some of my friends, some people I knew did it. And I don't know if they ever got any out of it, but they, yeah. Oh, this is the thing where the African king gave me some shit. See how this is here? Like how these people wait here and they turn into here, right? But when you get the light, it means you can walk and they have to wait. You kind of have to yield to pedestrians here no matter what. But when you get the white man, that guy, see the white guy? That's when you know everything's okay. You know, when the white man shows up, everything's going to be all right. The white man's here. So when that happens, then you can go. So I had the white man. He didn't like that at all because he thought like I was holding him up from the business. And he fucking lost it and fucking threw garbage at me and shit. That was it. That was now, you know, if this was before COVID, he wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't have to deal with that. But yeah, working for them, I used to drive a truck, and I would get I'd take the truck job when they were short because we get to smoke weed and then go deliver. The thing is, though, it's like, that's kind of it's not a high pressure gig, but you got to do a lot of thinking. So my friend Joe was like, he was the main truck guy, and we'd all meet in the morning, you know, when we're doing trucks, and we'd, you know, do it then, you know. We'd get the, we'd have the, let me just wait till I get past people. We'd smoke up before we got on the truck. I'd be like, oh, this is great. Take the whole day, just be baked, and yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking, especially when you're driving in Boston, you know, next to the fucking Charles River. It's pretty harrowing. Cross over when I get the light. When the white man shows up, I can go. Ah, there's the white man. Ah, so good. So good when the white man shows up. You know everything's okay. You know it's okay to go. What's my buddy Dale? This is Dale? No. Geez, I think it's a woman. Yeah, I thought it was my friend Dale for a minute. Alright, well, I'm almost home now. So, yeah, that's it for today. Well, that's it for right now. There'll probably be more today, I'm sure. Thanks for dropping in. And as always, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.